So for this base design, the idea is to put the first floor down with the honeycomb and then build the second floor on top of it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put down the first floor, which begins with a square with 4 triangles. You're going to want to place a triangle on the left side of each of those triangles, which leaves a space for a square piece right here. And one right there. And then where there is this triangle with the open spot on the outside, you're going to want to place another square piece. Like that. And this is the main foundation. Then you have to pick a side where you want to exit out of. You have what you'll find is the entrance of your base is always going to be a little bit to the right of whichever square. And you're going to want to pick these squares that are further out. So let's say I want to exit this way. So the entrance will be around here when we're done. And then you're going to want to place your walls like so, all the way around. Okay, when you do that, put the roof on. So this is our entrance for now. You're going to want to place a TC in the furthest part back here. It's basically opposite of the door that you're entering from. Like so. So then you're probably going to want to put a door on here, protect yourself. Like that. And then you're going to want to put a door on here. And then there's this square that's directly to the right. You're going to want to break this out as soon as possible and replace it with a wood piece. But for now, we're just going to leave it like this until we finish the walls. So the internal walls are going to look like this. One wall facing forward, another wall facing like that, one wall facing like that, and one wall facing like that. So as you walk in, this will be where you go up to the second floor, and then you'll have 2 loot rooms to the left, and you'll have 2 loot rooms to the right, and then you'll have beds here. And this will be your TC room. Plenty of room for doors, and let's just break this out for the sake of making sure that you don't lose the opportunity to build up. So you're going to want to leave that open. Probably put a door here to make sure that no one can get in. So now we start building the, I'll go to B grade 2. Start building the honeycomb. So I'm gonna do this. This will be the entrance to your base. So you're gonna want to place triangles like that. These 2 parts over here will be honeycomb, and this little triangle here will be where you put drop boxes. And then you just start honeycombing it. The honeycomb is very easy. It's triangles all the way around. These places where you put 2 triangles actually are the loot rooms, and it's very nice the way this base is designed because there'll be a metal wall here. I make this wall metal so that they can't raid through both of them at the same time. Keep doing this. And then that's that. So for these I've usually put a metal wall in between, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to skip that. I'll just start by placing the triangles on top. As with this one, I put a metal wall in between to improve security. And here, and here. You have to build the honeycomb first with this base in order to build the second floor. This is where you'll go out, so we'll place another one here. This will be a shop front, and a double door. Then we'll close it off. We'll secure this. This will be honeycomb right here. And these will all be triangles. You'll obviously place a that will be a Dropbox area. And then we will close off the honeycomb. You don't necessarily have to close off the honeycomb immediately. It's probably just a safer idea if you have enough stone to, but it's also needs to be honeycomb. And then, yeah, this will have a wall in between, metal wall. Remember those triangles that are together will have a metal wall in between. This is also honeycomb. So now it's fully honeycombed. It's fairly efficient honeycomb for the size of the base. It does a really good job. Okay, so now we're going to build up. This will be a ladder hatch eventually. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to find these metal spots that are the farthest parts out, like this one that was originally the entrance. You're going to want to wall those in. Those will be individual rooms, so we'll start with that. The farthest square parts from the original foundation. Wall those in. These will be windows. To the left of each of those rooms, there's these honeycomb, the two triangle honeycombs that you put the little metal wall in between. Those will have windows on top of them. Oops. Why not that one? Because this will actually end up being a like this, and then there'll be a door that leads out. So you'll have a wall like this. This one is directly to the right of the staircase where you walk up. Instead of making these two have windows, you're gonna make, and this is where the new entrance is. You're going to make the windows face like this. You want to do that because this will be actually how you get up onto the roof. Oops. Oh. Oh. Server lag. Okay. bit of sort of lag there. This will actually be where you get up to the roof. So then you'll just want to connect these walls in between. I did that one. And this wall. Where you go to the windows here, we'll have a door. That prevents people from knowing that the inside is metal. And it just prevents people from just having to blow through a single window. Put the roof on. And what's nice about these individual rooms is that if you need more bed space, which you're not going to have too much of upstairs, downstairs, it provides that, but it also provides, it also provides, if you leave them empty, I've had people raid from the roof and then try to raid into those rooms, and they get nothing and they give up on the raid. It's a nice little deterrent. It makes people think that you don't have as much as you might. Okay. Do that, and that. Okay. Looks like we have the general setup. You're gonna want to put doors in here and window bars. And then what we do here is remember, all these spaces in here you can put doors, but out here generally what I like to do is, because with these triangles, so this is a loot room, and this is a loot room. The best option, in my opinion, is to place a garage door here between each of the sets of loot rooms. So, let's see. Yeah. Put a garage door there. It just depends. You might want to put a garage door here. Sometimes I put a garage door here if I get an auto turret that I can place here. So the auto turret can shoot all the way down, which is also a viable option. So you can put a garage door here, a garage door here, a garage door here, and one, see, here. And what that does is it separates, on top of having these doors in here, which function as cover for when you're taking heli, this middle section and these garage doors prevent people from blowing into the whole bottom part of your base at once. It just sections off your base. Yeah, so you can go and then build the top floor. However you want to do it, doesn't really matter. You can do it like this and just put a normal door, or you can, you know, put some shop fronts with a double door. There's options. These will all be individual rooms for whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Could be for housing, circuits, and electronics, or whatever you want to do. These will be loot rooms. Very protected, and I usually put beds here and then store my good stuff here. One option to do here is actually to is actually place a wall. Make it all hike wall. And then put drop boxes. Just put drop boxes and then put sleeping bags inside, and you can trade stuff in and out. That is the design of the base. There should be a ladder hatch here, and then I usually put furnaces along the inside of this room. Let's see. Let's see, items, locker, and let's see, refinery. Okay, so another option is, instead of having this square here, you can actually place a refinery there, and it doesn't really hinder the functionality of the base too much. Sometimes it'll let you place it, sometimes it doesn't. So it's functional. That's what I usually do, is place a refinery there. Place your tier 3. If you have a tier 3, you want to put it as left as possible, otherwise you won't be able to run around like that. You have to put it as far left as possible. You'll still be able to get to your boxes if you place it like that. If you place it really far left, the boxes will still be accessible. I usually put a locker here, and then I place my research table here. And that's it. That's the whole base. It's pretty cheap. You can build it on your own server, add the doors, add the window bars, all that stuff. But overall, I think that this is the safest base in my opinion. Because there's so many triangles in the walkways, you can place quite a few doors, and lots of loot space, and it's good for duo, trio, groups. I'll keep it in too bad.